Okay, so I have a Toyota Matrix 2008 model, and I decided to install a backup camera because I have an Android head unit that I swapped out from the OEM one, and just want to show you what I did. This is the camera that I purchased. I'll show you the model in a moment. And I had to drill a hole in this plate in order to do that and run the wire inside here. So in order to do that, I had to take off some bolts from this to get it off. So I'll show that to you. These had to come off. These had to come off. And there's one in the corner there. And over here, there's another one in the back through here. Now this one I decided not to use, and I ran the wire. Let's see if I can see it. I ran the wire through here using a grommet. Let me see where the grommets are. Over here. A grommet kit that I purchased from Harbor Freight. I used a small one. One of these. So the wire doesn't pinch on the metal sheeting. And this was the camera I purchased. It came with a lot of wire and some very good instructions. Let me see what the instructions are. So these are the instructions. And even though it's written, interpreted from somebody who was probably living in China, it's decent enough that you can understand what's going on. It talks about vertical mounting and horizontal mounting. And the wiring diagram, which is very important. All right, and what's on this side? This is some rendering pictures and some tips and cautions. So after I install the camera, I have to snake the wire down here. I use a snake, which is that. From over here, I pull this out and I snake the wire, the cable all the way up here, and then I pull the wire down. All right, and I tried to actually put it inside of this loom, but I had a lot of problems. So I ended up running it, making a small hole here, running the line here, and a small hole here. And this gives me the options to cut these lines, which are options to turn the camera upside down and so on, which I didn't really need to use, but I kept it anyhow. And then I pull this back and I connected this wire. There's a end piece that needs to connect to the other wire, which runs inside here. This is the wire. So this wire splits into positive and negative. There's right supply power to the camera. So the negative I connected to this ground here, and the positive I pulled out the light and took the backup, the reverse light, and I spliced into that and soldered it and taped it up. So from here it runs down and I follow the existing wiring. Down here. Now you have to be careful that you don't put it inside these clips. So I ran it in the back of the wire that runs behind here. And it runs down here. You have to snake it behind this, right, behind the seatbelt bracket. And then on this side, there's a wire loom here, clip. So I put the wire first underneath that and then clip this on. Right. Once again, you don't want the wire to be pinched by anything. So like this shouldn't be here. This needs to go behind. And it runs here and up, and then I passed it over the steering column, and then I fed the wire into the head unit here. So the reverse in, the wire comes with two pieces. It comes with this RCA bracket and this power line. So this I had to splice into the reverse in on the head unit and connect this. And now Let me close the tailgate. Okay, so let's put this back up here. When you put it on reverse, this is what you get. So one of those wires in the back with the options, you could actually cut it and it will remove these grid lines. And one thing to keep in mind is that when you turn the steering wheel, these lines do not move. They are static lines because you're not tying into any sensors on the steering wheel, right? This car doesn't have that kind of functionality. So that's what it looks like. So I hope this helped. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.